Recently, I was at Biscaya Museum and Gardens for their Climate Collaborative event. This was a lovely evening where myself and all the participants were able to have such thoughtful discussions about what changing climate patterns mean to us and how that can come up in our lives, whether that's in different emotions or forms of actions we want to take. So I created this zine for everyone to jot down their ideas and start the conversation. So here I'm going to do a walkthrough of the zine that I created, talk a little bit about the creative process, and hopefully this inspires you to make your own too. So the first page, I really wanted to be intentional and have a moment to really start that first customization of your zine by adding your name, and then you can add in other colors, start drawing, or leave it blank as it is before you get to the next page. So the following page is one of my favorites. It's your window into a place that you love to spend time in. So take a second to think about maybe the view outside your childhood home window. Maybe it's sitting by your favorite beach you went to for a weekend. It could really be anything, or you can sort of make up what your ideal paradise looks like. I find this kind of a centering moment in this practice because it gives you the opportunity to think about the value of the natural world around you and highlight the things that really resonate with you the most. Maybe it's the weather, maybe it was the company you had, maybe it was the physical location that holds a lot of meaning for you. There are no right or wrong answers of this activity, and this is your page to explore and express yourself. Once your window is all complete with your favorite place, we'll take a second to reflect on what you really love about that outside view. Like I said, this can hold any meaning that is special to you, and it can be as broad or specific as you'd like it to. And then I invite you to take a step back and reflect about that area and how it could be impacted by differences and changes in climate. So, is it at risk for flooding, erosion, drought? Take a second to think about it. And now here we're gonna pick our climate action. So I listed a few opportunities of activities you can take depending on your mood. Are you curious? Are you scared? Are you kind of neutral in the middle? Or are you really excited and hopeful for some change to happen? It doesn't matter where you think you fall on that spectrum. Every feeling and all of them are valid. And you can even list if there's anything else you feel like is a way you want to enact change. Maybe it's volunteering or starting a sewing club. The opportunities are endless. So we had our window into the present or maybe the past of one of our favorite places. So now we're going to look into our crystal ball of the future and envision what our ideal environment looks like. What is your hope for the future? Take a second to visualize it, and here you can collage again, you can draw, you can write out words that really hold a lot of significance to you. Again, no right or wrong answers here. Get creative and have fun. As you can see here, I put a beautiful vista that just seemed like it held a lot of kind of beauty and peace within it that resonated with me, and also the words balance and hope came up for me. So I envision a place, ideally, that takes as much as it gives and also works towards feelings of optimism, hope, and good expectations for the future. So now we'll take a second to finally reflect on any moments of curiosity that came up for you as you were going through these exercises. Write them down. Again, this is super broad. Whatever kind of question, thought, or maybe memory that you had in the process is nice to recognize and take a moment to think about what stirred up those feelings. Was it any of those emotions that you were probably thinking about earlier? Maybe you're creating this with a friend of yours and they expressed some of their own fears and that made you think a little bit differently on the topic. And one thing that has helped me a lot in this journey, especially as an environmentalist, even though you may not have solutions to everything, just by talking about it and identifying, what your worries are, where your hopes lie, can really help you feel like you can take that next step of action. Then once you flip your zine to the back, I included some information about staying safe in hot temperatures, especially now we're in the summertime. I definitely hope that you all are staying hydrated, safe, and having a good time while you're exploring your outdoor spaces. There are some tips here for ways to prevent dehydration, which is super important, and information on heat stroke versus heat exhaustion. And this can be in your pocket, just in case maybe yourself or your loved ones might need some help in staying safe in the outdoors. I really hope it's a resource for you. Once you've decorated the front and back of your zine, we can get to the fun part, which is folding it all together. So you're going to begin by folding lengthwise, hot dog style, and make sure to give a really good crease up at the top of each fold, so that way this will bring the book together really nicely. Then flip your page over to the side with the crystal ball and then fold that in half lengthwise. Open your page back up and grab the pages from your right and left hands and bring that to the middle crease and give that a good fold. Open your paper back up all the way so you see all of the pages. And then here you're going to flip your paper to fold hamburger style in a crease we have not yet made before. In between your cover page and the crystal ball sheet, you're going to give a cut halfway through. And this opening is going to create a little leeway in the book so it can fold all together in the next step. So once again, open up your paper completely and you'll see a little square shape start to form as you hold the left and right sides of your paper. Find where your cover page is to orient yourself, and then that should be closer to your left hand. And then using your right hand, you're going to slowly merge your pages towards your left hand, and that's the spine of your zine. So you're closing that square up so it's flat completely. And then you have your zine. If this is something you want to make for yourself, you can go onto my website, which I will link below, so you can get a free copy of this. And honestly, this is just a resource I want to give out to you all, so you can refer back to it when you need to refocus your energy, when you might feel stuck about all this change that is happening in the world. And I want to leave you with one of my favorite quotes. And this is from Rosa Parks. I have learned over the years that when one's mind is made up, this diminishes fear. Knowing what must be done does away with fear. I'd love to see how your thoughts develop on these pages, and I'd invite you to feel free to reflect and share your pictures with me on Instagram at Teachings by Tatiana. And as always, I'm rooting for your growth. Best of luck.